Hey there everybody, welcome to Trial Azure Gaming. Today we are back Pokemon Premier Journey here in Legend C8, episode 139, and the Shalpha Challenge. What do I mean by the Shalpha Challenge? I'm talking about my Shalpha Challenge that I have from my viewer challenges. You see, we've had one for a while now to catch a Shalpha in each wild zone. And it's not going away, nothing's going to change, but I do want to talk about it. But first, let's talk about seasonal challenges. See them on screen. Complete the ZA Pokedex stats done. Mega Dimension Pokedex 116 out of 132. Alpha ZA Pokedex 226 out of 227. That's Aerodactyl, by the way. Alpha Mega Dimension Pokedex 93 out of 112. Shiny ZA Pokedex 127 out of 227. Only 100 left. Shiny Mega Dimension Pokedex 27 out of 117. Only 90 left. All side missions and use 100 donuts are done. Complete 7 viewer challenges. 6 out of 7. Here's the viewer challenges. Chillin' Reap has given us 5. 4 of them are checked off. Grim Reaper has given us Catch a Rogue Mega Evo Pokemon, that's checked off, and Darkrai gave us Get All Starters as Alphas, that's checked off. Let's talk about Chillin' Reap. Catch a Shalpha in each wild zone, we're currently 15 out of 20. So, why do I bring this up? Well, it's very important. You see, that challenge is tough. It is tough. And I'm not giving up on it, I'm not, throwing aside. I want to talk about it because I want to try to make sure that I can focus on the zones that don't have one. 19, 15, and 13, I have never seen outside of side missions, hyperspace inside of them. There's ones that get close, like look how close this one is or this one is, but they don't count, right? And so 13, 15, and 19, unfortunately, really unfortunately, do not have hyperspace in them. I've never seen one, at least. But Wild Zones 5 and 12, 2 out of the 5 that are remaining, do. Chillin' Reap, who gave us the thing on a stream, said, yeah, Wild Zones 5 and 12 do count as long as a hyperspace appears in them. Now, my goal for today is to try to get 5 and 12 done. So finding a wormhole that matches the donuts we have available. What donuts do we have available? Well, a flying and an alpha, but the sparkling power is only 2. Sparkling poison 3 and alpha 2. Ground 3, catching ground 3 and alpha 2. Poison 3 and alpha 3. And fire 2, alpha 2. The fire one's our weakest one by a mile. But you can notice here, sparkling power ground 3, catching power ground 3, and alpha 2. There is a 3-star ground type wormhole right here in Wild Zone 5. And that is one I have to heavily consider. And why am I heavily considering it? Well, I also still have seasonal challenges to work on. Now for Shalpha to count, I still have to catch a Shalpha in that wormhole. Right? That's not excluded from the, that's not excluded from everything. But the thing that's interesting about this one is what could the last Pokemon be? Also, we know there's Gearbolt, we know there's Krokorok and Sandile as well. But the third Pokemon. Well, looking at the possible list of options that I've seen, by the way, I do need 2 more of the Sandile Krokorok line. One to be a Krokorok, one to be a Krookodile, and I still need a ton of Gearbolts. So, yeah. But there's Bunnelby and Diggersby as an option. Let me see if there's any more. Oh no, I actually think that's the only one. So the other option would be Diggersby and Bunnelby, which I heavily don't want. Those would be horrible. Actually, I like Bunnelby. I just hate Diggersby's design, like horribly. So yeah, that would be pure depression. All right. So I think I am going to use my donut here in Wild Zone 5. Going to use the ground one. And we do need a Shalpha, by the way. So, yeah. Now, I don't know how long this lasts, but this is our attempt at it. Could you imagine if I ran in here and, there was just a random Shalpha? It is in the underground part, so I have to go all the way around. Could you imagine if I go through the tunnel and the Whirlipede is Shalpha down there? Dude. That would actually be crazy. All right. Oh, this splish splash. I hate it. So annoying. Nope. All right, let's go in. I have to remember once I exit this, it's death. It's aggression. Ground 3, cash in 3, and I have 21 minutes. All right, let's do this. So hopefully we can get a ton of Gibbles and at least 2 Krokorok Sandile. Hopefully Bundlesby and Diggersby are not near the start. Hopefully the Sandile line and Gibble is near the respawn point. But yeah, we'll find out. Here we go. So right away, you saw it there, we have a Sandile shiny, which I'll take. I still need 2, right? So let's go catch it. Right, I'm happy about that. All right. Everything is repeat bowlable in here, so I am just gonna repeat bowl. Catch shiny Pokemon, there it is. All right, let's, I gotta just destroy Pokeballs, catch all Pokemon. Oh, I just used Earth Power, I just realized. It reached it. Here's the Gibbles, good to know. All right. I do need more Gimme Gold coins, so yeah. None up there, okay. Hey, we got our next survey done. Let's go. There we go. Get those guys out of the way. And actually, see, if I get a Shalpha, Buttlebee, or Diggersby, I won't complain. But it would have to be a Shalpha one. Regular shining ones would be a waste. Alright. So I do need to go check up top. Oh, wow. Dude, what's with all the aggression, guys? Let's chill. Can I actually have a moment to chill? Thank you. Alright, so I'm going to drop a save really quick because I want to do 2 things. First off, I want to come in here and clear out this Rift Raft. And let's move the Sandile into its correct spot. Here it is. So our old Sandile had a no good, 2 pretty goods and a very good. This also has a no good, but only 2 pretty good. So technically, oh, but this is a no good and special attack. Hold on, that's actually acceptable. Because Krokorok is a physical attacker. So that actually is better. I just realized. So this Sandile, as of right now, will become a Krokorok. It doesn't add anything until I actually evolve it, but yeah. Yes, give me all those Gimme Ghoul. I don't want to paralyze you. Give me more Gimme Ghoul coins. Hey, Gibbles. Nothing up here. Shoot. Where's the golden ball? Man, I'm so glad I'm seeing so much of the golden ball. It's got to be down. It's got to be down in the middle section because there's no Pokemon that spawn there. So there's a Pokeball over here. I really don't need to gather the Pokeballs. These aren't really giving us berries, like super awesome berries, but still. Oh, I missed a giant Pokeball up there. Alright, we're gonna go bring this guy up here. Then let's jump down here. And in here, I believe the gold ball will be. No! Oh, there it is. Break that guy. There we go. We have another Pokeball here, which I'll break, and then I think we'll get to resetting. Okay, so I just need to de-aggro everybody to fly reset. There we go. Alright, so the game plan now is we've got a Shining Sandile. Awesome. We need a Shalpha for us to count the zone. That's still tough. Now, this is catching 3 ground, alpha 2, sparkling 3. So we have really high chances to get a shiny. Just not a high chance to get an alpha. I mean, it's still high in, like, compared to the 1 or 5% base odds. But it is a max of, I think, 25 or something, 28%, something like that. So, which comes out to 1 out of 4, so... Now, one thing I could do is try to isolate it. Just keep respawning. And even if I see a shiny, let it stay there. But, like, that's also not really that great. Now, the one bad part about this is as of right now, the only things I'm resetting are these 4 Sandiles. I do not believe I'm resetting anything up there, and I'm not reaching the Gibbles or the Diggersby / Buttlemy. So, yeah. We need a Shalpha, by the way. That's why usually using or doing a 1 to 2 stars to buy as much time as possible is the better option, right? Now, I will note why I want a Shalpha. Once I get that 3rd Krokorok or Sandile, I should go check the Gibbles. Actually, right now, what I should be doing is the only Gibble spawn down low is over here. Even though it wastes time, I should be running over here and spawning these Gibbles each time to see if I can make them shiny. Because I'm not resetting them at a distance. Now, running this way, I am resetting a lot of other stuff. Also, I need to get a point where I can de-aggro. So that wastes a lot of time. So, yeah. The battle between needing shinies and needing a Shalpha is, like, going at each other right now. Because, like, obviously, I need a Shalpha to complete this wild zone. But, also, I need shinies of Gibble, of Sandile, Krokorok. And so I should be maximizing my chance at them versus just, you know. So, yeah. I think if I catch one more Sandile Krokorok, I'm going to start running around. Mainly because I need shiny Gibble. I need to take the shot at him. Oh, nice thing though, I will say, is Diggersby and Buttleby seems to only spawn in one spot. So if I phase on them, that's just unlucky. And Buttleby isn't affected by the donut. Only Diggersby is, because he's actually the only ground type out of the line. So we're actually pretty chill. Man, I've been sneezing all day. Nose is stopped, it sucks. Maybe if I go up here, I can de-aggro. Yeah, I can. Alright. Yeah, I think I want to start, even though it wastes a little extra time, I kind of want to start running over to the Gibbles. Oh man, I was hoping I wasn't spotted that time. 2 alpha gibbles. Alright. Nah, man, every time they spot me. Oh, there we go. Nice. All right. So yeah, I don't think. Oh, this alpha's gonna be locked on to me. I'm gonna have to go up the thing. Honestly, Gibble's one of those shinies that has definitely invaded me for the entirety of the game. So that's why I'm so desperate to get one here. Now, Gibble does also appear in Dragon 3, I believe, as well. Yeah, Dragon 3, Ground 3, and Dragon 4 stars. Now, obviously, 4-star would not help, really, because that'd be even less time to hunt it. But yeah. So if I get a Dragon Donut, obviously... Oh, okay, I got de-aggroed right at the perfect time. I do know running over here to check these Gibbles and not... Oh, 3 outputs. Is not only wasting extra time, but it is also spawning in other things. So I do get that, and like the smart thing would be to keep fly resetting these Sandile Croc Rocks and hope one of the 4 become a Shalpha. And I know that's a smart thing, but if I'm honest, if I can get a single shiny Gibble, we're good, you know? And at some point, I am gonna have to run around and check the other things, because not only am I spawning these Gibbles, when I run over here, I am probably spawning the Bunnelby and Diggersby over on the other side as well. And then when I come up here, I am spawning the stuff up here. You know? So, yeah. I am spawning nearly everything that exists. Oh, man. Because even if I can get a single shiny Gibble, I'll be happy. Obviously, I do need another shiny Sandile Crocorock line, but yeah. Yeah, maybe I should go for that first. I mean... No, I'm gonna keep running, man. I want Gibble so bad that I'd rather, you know, take my chances at getting Gibble while I have it. Especially seeing he's so close here, because it's like usually Gibble's a little bit reminds me of Eevee in these hyperspace portals, where usually Gibble is like locked up in a castle somewhere, like at the other end of the map, and you have to run to see it. You know, so the fact it's really close here and there's 2 spawns of it makes me really happy, because usually Gibble's like one of the quote-unquote rarer spawns that usually get locked away, and it's usually at the end of stuff. Eevee's the 3 alphas. Really, guys? One of y'all couldn't have just been shiny? But yeah. And then there's also Gibble spawning up there, which we are within range of spawning that. So I am spawning junk up there every time I climb up this ladder, so yeah. I'm spawning oh, that thing's not gonna let me go forever. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I do need one more Sandile Croc Rock, but I still need 3 Gibbles, I believe. I don't think I have a shiny of the Gibble line at all. So getting a single one would at least put us on the direction of, hey, We got one, you know. One thing I should go check, actually, I'm gonna run through here. Waste a little extra time, is I should check over here. Okay, good, nothing looks shiny over here. I mean, like I said, the Diggersby is like not the main spawn. It is, but like we're seeing more Bunnelby than Diggersby. So, and Bunnelby is not affected by this donut, so Bunnelby should not be spawning shiny that often. So phasing on it will be a lot tougher. We still could, because it, you know. But yeah. You know, for a ground sandwich, I've seen no shinies, but I really have a small pool of spawns. Man. I also need a Shalpha. That's something I should keep in the back of my mind. At what point do I ditch the Gibble hunt over here to just reset? See, Mike, I should focus on the Shalphas. I saw Gibble, I got excited, I just need a reset. I need a lockdown and just reset for a Shalpha. Because that's the whole point of this. The whole point of this is to get this done so Wild Zone 5's checked off. And then reset at a bench until we see one in Wild Zone 12 that we can do. You know? Although I will say, like, this is saving time because I'm fly resetting. The spawn pool is only 4 shinies, right? And you know, if we take like basic math into the and every time I talk about this, something happens, but we take basic math into the equation, right? With Sparkling Power 3, it is 1 in 585.37. Let's call it 586, right? That means every 586 resets, we should see a shiny, you know? But let's divide it by the 4 Pokemon in front of us, right? So, technically, like, we should see a shiny out of these 4 every 146 and a half, so 147 resets. Versus if we had a bigger pool of Pokemon, right? Like if we take that 586 and had, let's say we were respawning like 12 Pokemon, that's only 48.83 repeating, but 49, you know. And that's very basic because that's not how it truly works. You're never going to get exact odds. But I find out those numbers usually work out. And so resetting these guys are cool, but like, that lowers our pool. Not to mention, I'd rather, like, you know, when I see a shiny Gibble, that's a dub. You know. Really? 3 of them are alpha? 3 of them? And not a single one wants to, you know, sparkle? 2 of them alpha, another one. Like I said, the chance of them being alpha is still only like 25 something-ish %. So yeah, I'm stuck between 2 minds. The fact that Gibble's pretty hard to find shiny, and yet he's within running distance of spawning in. And if I don't get locked onto or seen, I could get over to him without needing to actually hop across the thing. And his shiny is so obvious, right? 3 alphas, well. 3 alpha Sandals make the 1 actual Crocorock look tidy. So yeah, his shiny is pretty obvious. Like, let's say, even if you couldn't tell the difference between his faded blue normal look and the bright blue look that he has when he's shiny, his mouth, his jaw, that stomach part that goes up to his jaw, goes from red to yellow, right? So let's say you couldn't even tell the blue difference. As long as you can tell the difference between the red and the yellow, you should be able to tell his shiny apart. So, yeah. Dude, am I really only get one shiny out of this? I feel like I've approached this really wrong. Alright, yeah, no. So I'm gonna rechange my plan back to the basic plan. I'm gonna reset until I see a shiny Sandile or Krokorok, so I can at least have that line done. And then I'll start running around, despawning and respawning stuff, I think. Oh boy. I needed a Shalpha, but you know, this is just an Alpha 2. Like, the big thing that sucked me in was I knew this was just an Alpha 2 sandwich, but the Gibble was the reason I tried it. Oh my god, there's 3 Alphas there, man. Like, that's just it. We just need one of these guys to roll both a Shiny and an Alpha. And so 1 out of 580, let's just call it 6 odds for that. But every one of them has about a 1/4 chance to be Alpha. Now we're only running 4 of them here, which is the problem. Like, I bet you if we were running around and not just resetting here, why time would go by faster. I bet you we would find more shinies because it's just more Pokemon spawning. I really hate this spot. And it's nice because it's like you can choose which way you want to go compared to like the Pokemon Center. Like, yeah, it's just like, you know, you can see down both alleyways, you can, you know. But my big problem with it is like you just spawn next to nothing when you reset. Dude, this donut, I may have wasted this donut on here. I 100% may have wasted this donut. Now, if you're in the comments and you're thinking, oh, hey, why don't you scout first? That is kind of against the goals of this series. It's to experience, to learn failure. I know I can go say about a Pokemon Center, or heal at a Pokemon Center to create a backup save. Go in and scout. I get that. But like also when 2, or technically 3 out of the 5 Pokemon here, I need shiny because I need 2 of the Krokorok Sandile line. Oh shit, I thought we got through unseen. You know, right? We've gotten one of the Pokemon I needed shiny. I still need one more Sandile with the Krokorok. Either one. But I also need Gibble, and Gibble was the big drawing point here, as I was hoping Gibble would be near the spawn. And he is. But, yeah. See, I just don't think we're gonna get a shiny this way. See, logically my brain's telling me reset here, it saves time. But my gut's telling me if I run around, right? That if we run around, I'm more likely to find a shiny. Now, is that true? Probably not. Did I probably just waste a bunch of time? Probably. But yeah, no, I don't know. Unlike being at like that Pokemon Center load-in spot where there's like a Pokemon, usually 2 or 3 groups you can spawn in at a time. Here I literally am spawning one thing. Okay, no shines. Yeah, maybe I just wasted a bunch of time. I don't know, man. I just get really impatient fly resetting, especially when filming, because it's like, I feel like I'm doing nothing, you know? Dude, if I only get one, if I will say this right now, if I only get one shiny out of this entire donut, I have failed this donut. This donut should at least get 2 or 3 shinies. One shiny is a failure on this donut. And would have been a waste of my time and this donut's time. Brother. Yeah, I'm not happy with how this donut's gone down. I'm happy for the one sand dial, but we need more than one shiny for this donut to be worth what was put into it. How good this donut was. One shiny is a major letdown. It is. And see, a part of me feels like fly resetting like this is part of the problem, that I'm wasting it. Because we are only resetting 4 Pokemon, so yeah. You know what? No, I'm not going to just keep resetting. Screw it. I am going to go back to running over here to the Gibble. Oh, see, I didn't get seen this. Fuck. So I'm saying, if I can reach over here without being seen, I can actually spawn in the Gibble without needing to like hop over, right? I just don't know when that lock-on aggression will, you know. Dude, I need a second shiny for this to be worth it. Otherwise, I've wasted this donut. I need a Sandile or a Gibble, or otherwise this donut was a waste. 100%. Bullshit, man. Yeah, no, this donut was a waste. Right now, I'm editing it. Donut was a waste. This whole thing was a waste of time. Yeah. What a sad waste to such a good donut. It really is sad, but, you know, sometimes it happens. Sometimes the game and the day you wake up in, it just wants you to hit your light. So I do. What a bummer. Yeah, a second Sandow's or Crocorock or Gibble shiny is needed for this to be worth it. Otherwise, this was a major failure. And yeah, what a shitty start to my day. What a shitty start to this episode. One Sandal is not enough with how good of a donut this was. See, maybe I just need to focus on 1 and 2 stars only to try to go for Shalphas, so I can have a ton of time. Like, we're not gonna get Shalpha here. We're probably not gonna get a second shiny with how this one's going so far. I have no positivity right now. So yeah. Because there's an alpha right here. I'm probably gonna have to go run the entire fucking gauntlet. Oh wow, no. This time it de-aggroes for some reason. Yeah, what a waste of a donut. Yeah. My day's actually actively ruined. Like, come on. Yeah, sorry I'm quiet. I should be talking. I'm finding myself shaking my head disappointed by this entire thing. Woke up not feeling good, and this day's just telling me I shouldn't have woken up at all. Okay, good. So as long as I... okay, so it looks like as long as it's not an alpha that locks onto me, I'm okay. Yeah, because like as soon as I go back there and break line of sight, it seems like it chills. Now, if an alpha aggroes onto me, I don't think I'm so lucky. I'm not. Something over here looks shiny. Okay, it showed it was cleared, but whatever. Yeah, so this donut was a major waste. Horrible spawn spot, everything. What a waste of a great donut. This was an absolute waste of a good donut. Yeah. Man, I'm not even excited to film the rest of this episode. Honestly. Like one shiny. Like that's it. That's pathetic. I think I'll be honest. This is probably the worst donut. With how good it was on paper, like it's all the effects and stuff on it. This has to be the worst donut I've ever used. I think literally almost every other Sparkling 3 donut has got to me at least 2 shinies. This one with Sparkling 3, Catching 3, of Ground Typing, Alpha 2, it's a great donut on paper. Checks all the boxes. 1 fucking shiny. That's pathetic. Yeah, this should have been a minimum 2 shiny donut. You know, I'm so done with this place, I'm just gonna run around now. I'm not gonna reset anymore. I'm actually done with this place. I want out. This donut has disappointed me so much, I'm just gonna run out the clock. I don't even care anymore. What a pathetic end to such a great donut, man. And I don't even get like decent berries out of this thing, but this was an absolute waste of my time. Well, yeah. Yeah, so this episode is not going to go as planned. I can already tell today is going to be a day of failure. Woke up feeling sick, not getting 0 luck. I can tell today is like going to be a shitty day. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. What a waste of a good donut. I'm so sad. You know, I don't even care. I might just let it go. One shiny at the beginning and that's it. That's pathetic. What a pathetic donut. What an absolutely pathetic donut. Shut up. Dude, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear you right now, you fucking bitch ass. Fuck, dude, I hate, like, you don't need to fucking say it every single fucking time. Alright, I'm in a safe range now. Let's evolve this Sandile. What level is it? I think it's 28. Yeah, so this is just a bad day, I can already tell. 27. Well, we're gonna be that close off? Of course it is. This game wants me to literally bash my head against the wall until I do. It's not 28. What level is it that Sandile evolves at? I just don't care right now. Honestly, this is a ruined episode. 29, okay, cool. Alright, come on, you should just automatically jump to the point. We don't need to see the bar progress, people. So this is a new shiny for the ZA Pokedex, bringing us to 128 out of 227. Bringing us down to 99 left. Rock does have a really nice shiny. Right now, I just can't give a crap. I can't. I feel like that whole experience insulted that donut, and today's not gonna go great. I can tell. If I go, I bet if I go outside after this, I'll get hit by a fucking bus. All right, let's go reset. Let's try and get another place. So, unfortunately, what a great donut was horribly wasted. Horribly wasted. It was pathetic. Yeah, pure shit use of a donut. So we have flying in Alpha 3, poison 3 Alpha 2, poison 3 Alpha 3, and fire. So we need a fire, poison, or flying 1 or 2 star in Wild Zone 5 or 12. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get it. I actually feel like I wasted 30 plus minutes of my life right there. So, yeah, and this episode doesn't end, even if it's a 10-hour episode. This episode does not end until another one of those show up in 5 or 12. That matches our thing, so yeah. So nothing in 5, nothing in 12, back to resetting. You know, I still don't get how these hyperspaces spawn. Like, not like in-game, but I mean like the decision-making on where it spawns and where it doesn't spawn. Because if we use the side missions as an indicator, right? They should spawn in 13 and 15. Right? Because 15 has a ton of walls that it could actively attach to. Same with 13. 13 has a ton of areas where you think a hyperspace portal could spawn, because one of the prerequisites is a wall, and we've seen them spawn on the outer wall. See? So I don't get why 15 and 13 has 0 of them other than side mission ones. 19 I get, because there's no real wall except this back wall, and that's kind of segmented. Like, I get like there's only a small space for 19 to get one. But 15 and 13, it's amazing to me that 12 can get them in the smallest of corners. Yet 15 and 13 can't at all? I mean, maybe I just haven't seen one. But I have checked so often that it's confusing me. Like, after I love that Chillin' Reef gave me access to being able to get Shalphas in wild zones through hyperspace. But after realizing 13 and 15, I have never seen one there. Actively pissed me. Oh, I wish we had a fairy one. But yeah. Like, I don't know, that actively kind of pisses me off a little bit. It's weird to say that, but it does, because it's like 19 has such a limited spot that it makes sense. You might as well shuffle it all around it. But every other wild zone I think I've seen gets them. right? I've seen them in 1, I've seen them in 3, 4, I've seen them in, you know, like 5 and 12. We've seen them obviously in 17, we've seen them in 11, we've seen them in 6. You know, it's just kind of weird that it's like, yeah, see one here in 10. You know, it feels weird that, and maybe it's just I've been unlucky, but I just have never seen one outside of the Genesect one in 13, and then I think there was a side mission one in 15, I believe. I don't think there's ever been one in 19, so yeah. And then I don't think there's ever been one in Wall Zone 20, but I get that because Wall Zone 20 again doesn't have many walls, and it's Wall Zone 20. You know, it is a special. Oh, dude, that steel one would have been great. So yeah, I mean, I get it, but like also it's like 13 and 15 makes no sense. Hell, I'll say this kind of weird. I think 13 has more wall in its small strip that could be wide open and usable compared to 12, which, you know, and 12, I've only ever seen hyperspaces in 12 in 2 spots. I've seen it down here and up here. Like, it's literally either been in this little corner or up against this wall. Those are the only 2 spaces I've ever seen in 12. Meanwhile, we can actively look at 13 and how wide, and even if you want to remove the small chunk where the side mission portal was to not like overlap portals there or something for safety reasons, like coding reasons, like, oh, if you have a side mission portal, then a regular portal spawns there, could block it or some junk. Okay, yeah, sure, maybe. But even if you remove the one small segment, which I think is like here, you still have all of this, right? You still have so much of the wall that it can spawn on that it makes no sense to me. Like, I even understand 15 to a lesser extent. Like, not getting one. Right, like... Again, this is just off of what I've seen from resetting and looking at hyperspace portals. I get maybe like you have to discount one section of the thing, right? Right, because when you come over here to 15, this is a cafe. Right, so there's stuff around it. There's benches here, but that still leaves this whole wall and this whole back wall. I mean, even like this wall, I think, to a lesser extent. You know, so it's like, I just don't get it at all. See, look how close that is, but it's not inside. That sucks that there was a Poison 2 fighting one inside 5 instead of a Poison 2. Yeah, so I'm gonna stick to only 1 or 2 star portals for going after these Shalphas in 5 and 12. Because I can't trust the 3 stars. Even with ample time, it seems like Sparkling 3, if you get screwed, there's not enough time to rebound. I mean, with 1 and 2 stars, you could actually just run around the entire time. That's right outside. Yeah, that's a 4 star either way. And if you're asking, hey, why are you choosing this bench to reset at? It has to do with the next Shalpha hunt I have to do with Wild Zone 13, where I actually have to fly reset at the gate, run up to the gate, and then fly reset again. So the only Pokemon at the gate I can phase on right? The only ones at the gate that actually spawn oh, that's a water, but I don't have a water. Next. Is 2 pincers, 2 phantom, up to 3 phantom depending on where they spawn, but usually it's 1 or 2. I've only seen the 3 phantom appear there once, so technically you can get up to 6 shinies here. Right, the 2 phantom, or sorry, up to 3 phantom, 2 pincer, and the trevenant. But the phantom is a really rare spawn. During the daytime, it's 2 pavilions. It would suck to phase on those, but it is technically possible. But the reason I am resetting up here is this bench actually has 2 Pokemon it can phase on. And so if I'm going to phase bench resetting, I'd rather do it at the bench that I have to reset day to night anyways. You know? So, and those 2 spawns I can show you right now are fletchlings. One is spawns on the light post right here, and the other is right, I think it's right over here. It's right on this other, yeah, right there. You can see it right there. So I can like phase on a total of like, or not phase, but, well, no, phase I guess is still the right word. But let's take the 2 fletchling into account. Let's say I get both of these guys shiny. If I'm fly resetting at the gate, right? If I get both these fletchling shiny, both the pincers, the 3 phantom, the trevenant, and let's say during the day I somehow phase on the 2 pavilion that are within range, that's 10 total, which means I don't lose a shine still. But that would be some very particular odds, right? Like, because I would have to have both the pavilions spawn during the small amount of day that I'm there. And usually when it's the last little bit of night, I actually walk away from Wild Zone 13 and start walking towards the bench. Right? So, yeah. So usually what my system is, and I'll show you this next night, because day right now doesn't make sense to show you it. That's a Seal 4. So let's switch tonight. Let's check if there are any in the wild zones. Yeah. And then I'll show you kind of what I do. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but yeah. So, well, watch there now be a hyperspace in Wild Zone 5 or 12 that I can do. Oh, there's a ground 1 and a fighting 1. That would have been good. Actually, I need Shining Sandy Ghast. That would have been great for that donut. Unfortunately, I don't have either of those. But yeah, so pretty much what I do is I can just show you. I fly reset to 13. Right? And there's up to 3 spawns of Phantom. But see, there's 2 there, but sometimes there can be 3, sometimes there can only be 1. There's 2 pincers over to this left side, you just don't see them. And then there's the Trevenant. So I have to run to the gate, and then I fly reset, right? This isn't like actual speed. Like, what I do would be this. You know, spawn in, run to the gate, look, Trevenant has green leaves, reset. And I do that the entire night. But let's say it's about to turn day, right? Let's say the little meter up in the top is like really close, and it's like I run up, I'm like, oh, no shiny. Oh, it's almost daytime. I then run back over here, which, by the way, the only Pokemon that can spawn running this way still is the Fletchling there and the Fletchling over there, right? And then I can reach this bench and be like, oh, instead of spawning any pavilion in, I reset. Why it's still like, I wait till it just turns day, and then I reset. Because then I set tonight. So yeah, like that last little bit of time, I'll run to the bench. Now, if I don't always fully make it to the bench, but I'm still out of range of the Wild Zone 13 spawns usually at that point. So yeah, I have it timed pretty well. Oh, I don't have water. Maybe I should wait. I mean, poison, fire, flying is not a great amount of time. Maybe I should just accept this episode as a major loss. No, I still want one more chance. Maybe what I'll do is I am going to go and I'll keep bench resetting until I see one that actually matches. And I might do a little Wild Zone 13 Shalpha hunting while I'm there. You know, I think that's what I want to do. Cause yeah, let's do like 5 more. We'll do 5 more bench resets if we don't see it. I still want one more hunt. I don't care if this is an hour and a half, 2-hour episode. I already said it. I want some redemption. So what I'm gonna do is after this, we're gonna have 5 more resets. And see if we can get one within it. Man, there's only one in 13, 15, and 19. Like, honestly. But this is one of the 5 resets. Yeah, Wild Zone 12 is one that, like, if I see it, I have to maximize my time. 1 and 2 stores there, I need to take my shot at. Because 12 very rarely gets hyperspace things in them. Like I said, I've only ever seen 2 spawn locations, and that's like here and here, right? Meanwhile, 5, man, 5, I've seen actually within 5, I've seen 4 or even 5 hyperspace portals within Wild Zone 5. It's actually crazy to me how many 5 can get. Now, 5 is a massive place, I will admit. But it's amazing to me that 5 can get that many. 13, 15, 19 get 0. Again, I understand 19, but like 13 and 15 had so many walls that it makes no sense to me why they should get absolutely 0. Besides side mission stuff, but yeah. Like, it makes no sense. Oh, if only I had a psychic. That would have been great. Oh, man. Maybe I should just call this episode. No, I need to get a Shalpha. I need at least one more attempt at this. Yeah, so if we don't see a Wild Zone or a hyperspace show up in Wild Zone 5 Patrol here that we can do, what I'll do is in this recording, have this be part 1 of this, and then I'll film a second part as soon as I find one, because I think we could be set here for hours and not find one, you know, because there's only so many spawns and so many types that can appear, you know, within these zones, right? And like I said, we have very limited pools, and yeah, it's a little tough. I will actively admit, but like, let's actually we're gonna do a little bit more resets because I actually want to actively talk about something. So the ones we have left, right? We have poison, we have flying, so yeah, like poison, flying, and I think we also have Let me double check really quick. Flying, 2 poisons, and fire. And fire is like a really bad one. Like, if I'm honest, like, the fire one is not the best, like, option, you know? But yeah, let's talk about the 3. Because there is a problem. So first, let's start with flying, the least fun. So flying comes in 1, 3, and 4-star variants, right? A lot. See, 3 of them right there in Milestone 5. But the 1-star variants aren't great. There's Swablu, Pidgey, Fletchling. I need none of those. Swablu, Pidgey, Revelion. I could use an Alpha Revelion and a Shiny Revelion. Starly, I think I need 1 more. So there's Starly, Swablu, Pidgey, Starly, Swablu, Fletchling, Starly, Fletchling, Revelion, Starly, Swablu, Revelion. You know, there's options there, right? Not a ton of great ones, but there are options. Then we get down to like Rookity, Swablu, Fletchling, Rookity, Swablu, Pidgey. So yeah. So 1-star flying is very much like I'm looking for Rookity, Revelion, or Starly Revelion once. Here's our fire 4-star. That's just not worth it. Because our donut would last all of 30 seconds. Oh, I do need a Alolan Marowak, though. You know, I'm gonna go do this one. This is stupid, but I'm gonna do it. Yeah, watch out, guys. Everything I just said, ignore it. I'm doing something stupid. Why not? This donut is barely gonna last. How about you stop humming so loudly over there? Jeez, Anthros. I've already caught you once. Alright, so we saw Chandelure and Lampent. And then we saw Cubone and... Oh, well, with Cubone there, we automatically know it's a Marowak and Cubone. And it's the Alolan one, which I don't have. Here's the problem, though. I think it's going to be Pyroar as the 3rd Pokemon. Because Marowak only spawns with Chandelure with Pyroar. Yeah, shoot. Oh, it's Pyroar on Pyroar. What in the world? I think it's male and female Pyroar that spawned there. Interesting. Alright, so here's the thing, right? I gotta be honest with you. I do need 1 more Lampent Chandelure to complete the line. Alright? So that's useful. I definitely don't need Pyroar. I've got both male and female. My male's a Shalpha. Cool. When it comes to Cubone, however, I have an Alpha Shiny Cubone, and I do have an Alpha Marowak. Not Alpha like Shalpha, but like I have an Alpha Cubone and a Shiny Cubone. This Marowak, so if I get another Shiny Cubone, I can evolve to Marowak. I need a Alolan Marowak, Alpha and Shiny. Now, this donut is not great. Nope, you don't see me. Leave me alone. Yeah, I am 9 minutes in this guy. Alpha 2, Fire 2, and Counter 3. But I'm gonna go for it. Now, obviously, Marowak will not count as a new Pokemon. It can only count as a new Shiny because Alolan and regular are both in the same Pokedex, right? And Chandelure would be a new one. Pyroar would just be a pure dupe, which would suck, but it happens. Alright. So hold on. Catch an Alpha Pokemon. you get in front of him. Alright, so this is a moment of calm. I don't have a lot of time. Mind, you need to go for the golden Pokeball, so... Shoot. Come back, buddy. You're actually like... What the? I do need to catch an Alpha. Up in here is the Pyros. Alright. Let's see if I can't catch you. I'm being chased by a cat. Don't attack my Kyogre. There's the Alpha. Alright, we can get the golden Pokeball. And focus on finding shiny, maybe Shalpha. I'm not expecting a shiny. This is Sparkling 2. This is more of hoping to get... Okay, there's one right there. Alright, we got a 4-star Pokeball. Right there, that's a done. Alright? We also know that the Pyroars are kind of not option. Alright. Cubone is not affected by the Fire Donut. So I'm really hoping that a Marowak shows up that I can catch Alpha. Like that. We got it. Not a new Pokemon. Oh, I got the Thick Club too. Nice. Not a new Pokemon, not a new Alpha. Not technically. Oh, those guys are back there. Hold on. Alright. Because I technically already have an Alpha Marowak, but... Oh, there's another one right there. What this guy does... Whoop, I'm right there. What am I doing? I have to get rid of you and you. Actually, I should have checked it that... Whatever, it doesn't matter. And you and you. So, you can see right here... We have both Marowak's Alpha, so now it's just kind of shiny hunting them. But Cubone shiny can evolve into regular Marowak, so... Yeah. And Alolan Marowak shiny turns, like, bright purple. So, yeah. Now, I do need a Lampion or Chandelure. But for right now, I am just going to hard reset for a hopeful shiny out of Marowak Cubone. Because a shiny Cubone still gets me a regular Marowak. And a shiny Alolan Marowak means I never have to hunt for Holy Alphas. I have to hunt for another one again. You know, unless I want to. So. Yeah. So, you know, Cubone, obviously, body turns bright green. Marowak's body goes from that dark lava, blue, red, whatever kind of color it is. It's a weird color. And that's what I'm saying. If they spot us, then we can run. Dang, man. That was a lot of running. Man. That's just unlucky. That's just unlucky. Now remember, any Shalpha, even if we already have one, like if we get another Shalpha, like male Pyroar, still will count as a Shalpha for this zone. There is no dupe clause or anything like that for that. So Pyroar, male or female, could be a Shalpha here. And we're good. A Shalpha would be amazing, but I came here mainly to get the Marowak. And hopefully luck into a Chandelure. I actually didn't really come here to Shalpha hunt, which kind of makes the point of this title a little bit of a lie, but I am still using one of my donuts. Oh, hey Chandelure, hey other Chandelure, how you doing? Hey Lampins. You know, I should come over here and check on. Oh! There's no way. There's no way. I just got Wild Zone 5 done with a Shalpha Pyroar, a second one. I literally just brought it up, talking about it, because I didn't think it was possible. This one has 3 best, a very good and decent. This has 3 best and a pretty good. But, okay, yeah, so this one is going to replace the other one. I have a dupe Shalpha. Floette needs to go down here with the other alphas. Gilbert special, he goes up there. This guy goes up here. This guy needs to be replaced with an alpha and a shiny form at some point. We just got Wild Zone 5 done when I was least expecting it. What in the world? Oh, Kyogre, why are you so low all of a sudden, buddy? What happened? We just got Wild Zone 5 done. Hold on, let me actually mark that down. So, for seasonal challenges, we actually moved to 16 out of 20 catching Shalpha in each Wild Zone. And we technically we got nothing on seasonal challenges because Marowak Alpha isn't a new Pokemon. It's the same Pokedex number as regular Marowak, 105. So that's not a new Pokemon, that's not a new Alpha. We didn't even get a new Shiny, yet we somehow got a Shalpha that wraps us. That's crazy, man. Now, if only I can get a shiny of one of the other evolutionary lines. Like, if I can get a shiny Marowak, shiny Cubone, Chandelure, or Lampit, I'll be so happy. Oh, I didn't even mark it down the time. I was so shell-shocked at the fact that, that it happened. Wow. All right. Wow. Wow. I'm actually like shocked right now that that happened. I didn't think that was going to be a possibility. If I'm honest, that was such a faint possibility in my mind. Now let's see if we can't get another shiny Cubone or Marowak or Chandelure or Lampit. Man, one of you guys can be shiny, you know? Alright. So yeah, ultimately now my goal is just to see if we can't get another shiny. Whether it's a Marowak, a Cubone, a Chandelure, or a Lampent. And as long as I can stay here and fly reset, I do not have to leave. Now, Lampent, out of the shinies we have available, is the hardest one to tell with like air quotations. And the reason for that is because its black body turns to more of like a brownish black. I don't know how you would describe it. It does change color on its base like body. It goes from like maybe like a matte black to like a shinier black. But then its eyes change from yellow to blue, and its flame turns from blue to purple. Right? That's a lot of alpha right there. Chandelure is very obvious. Not only does its black frame get the same kind of color alteration, but its flames turn bright red, its orb that's purple in the center of the glass turns green, and its eyes go from yellow to red. Cubone goes from that color to green, and Marowak goes from that blackish red, purple-ish to like a bright purple. Lampent, in all respects, is the hardest shiny to tell out of the four. I mean, shoot, let's even include the lions. The lions become, like, really pale. Oh, that's why Kyogre took a lot of damage. You know, I may need Kyogre full health, so let's just reset him back to full. I usually don't heal Pokemon, but in this case, he is probably one of the best ones to just knock out a shiny, but yeah. So, all the shinies here should be pretty noticeable. Lampent would be the toughest of the bunch, just because, like, why its eye color and body color all does change. Shoot. Yeah, I looked away at the worst moment. I think they're locked on to him, which made it so they, Oh, I took my hand off the controller at the worst moment. I almost cost me there. The nice thing now, though, is if there's a shiny Cubone or a Marowak, I should be within range to hear the sound, right? So yeah, and one more Cubone gets me regular Marowak. If I had to choose a shiny I would love, would be a Alolan Marowak, because I can get Lampent, Chandelure, and Cubone from other spots. If I can get a Alolan Marowak, then that's him done. And I don't have to worry about him ever again. You know? I can't believe Wild Zone 5's done on a Shalpha Pyro. That means 2 Wild Zones have been finished by the same Pokemon. Wild Zone 5 and Wild Zone 17 have both been completed with a Shalpha male Pyro. That's kind of crazy. Now, my only hope is that I don't phase on another Pyroar, though. It's awesome we got a Shalpha Pyroar. But, yeah, this is why I'm trying not to get caught. Because as long as I reset here, I can't phase. Because I don't think I'm reaching those other Pyroars. But yeah, this donut has already been a success because we got a Shalpha, wrapping up Wild Zone 5. On the donut, I had no expectations for, by the way. Shoot, there was 2 of them, they both looked at me. Now, if I can get one more shiny from this. Let me actually specify. One more non-Pyroar shiny. this will be the biggest dub ever. This went from such a shitty recording to such an epic recording so quick. I don't care if it's Cubone. I don't care if it's the Alolan Marowak. I don't care if it's Chandelure or Lampent. If I can get one of these guys shiny, that's not a Pyrewall. This is the biggest dub. Now, if I get another shiny Pyroar, I'll be happy about the Shalpha, but I will be actually bitterly disappointed that I faced Trice on a Pyroar. You know? So yeah. Oh, I took my hand off the controller again. Never punished. Never punished. So yeah. I mean, if I had to choose one, it'd be Alolan Marowak, because then I would never have to go for him again unless I wanted to Shalpha hunt him at some point down the road. But yeah, no. Like, Alolan Marowak is the one that is least likely... Oh, shoot. I thought his back was... Like, he was still to the side, whatever. Yeah, if I had to pick, it'd be Alolan Marowak. But yeah. Any of them would do as long as it's not Pyroar. I'm like literally like praying to Arceus right now. I'm literally like closing my eyes, resetting, like, please. Shiny Marowak, shiny Cubone, shiny Chandelure, shiny Lampent, please. Just one of them shiny. Please, just one of those four shiny. No more Pyroar. You gave me a Shalpha Pyroar. I am super happy. I got Wild Zone 5 done. Please, please, please. One of the four. Alolan Marowak would be my number one. Chandelure and Lampent would be my number two, because Cubone can appear in ground, it can appear in normal, it can appear in here with the Marowak. So like, if I have to hunt Marowak, I probably will phase on Cubone again. So like, yeah, Alolan Marowak's my number one, followed by Chandelure, then Lampent, then Cubone. But any of the four I'll take, just please. One of them. That's all I can beg for. Is in this on the highest of high... I just got spotted. On the highest of high notes with one more shiny. That's an alpha. None of those look shiny. Like any of the four, I'd be so happy. Marowak, Cubone, Chandelure, Lampent. I'm saying it to myself. Okay, I didn't get a chance to open up the menu. Part of me wants to check the Pyroars just to make sure. No, okay. Uh-oh, I'm stuck. I can reset. Doesn't matter, never punished. Oh, I got so lucky. Okay, I couldn't even open up the menu in time. The Switch Switch OLED I'm on, the load time wasn't good enough to beat that guy turning around, I guess. Stuck. Shiny Marowak. I just got shiny Marowak. That is a new shiny. Unfortunately, it's kind of weird because he is... Oh man, what a, oh dude. Two pretty goods and a very good. All right, let's go. So I'm missing regular Marowak, but like I said, he shares the same number with Marowak, so that is a new shiny for the Mega Dimension Pokedex, bringing us to 28 out of 117. Oh, let's go. I got the shiny Marowak, man. You know, let's run through one time. See if maybe we can get lucky. I don't even think we're gonna get over past these chandeliers and... No, okay. You know what though? I cannot complain. If we got an Alpha Alolan Marowak, a shiny Marowak, and a Shalpha Pyroar to wrap up Wild Zone 5. Wow, I kind of kept my promises this episode, even though I thought I wasn't with this. Wow. That's crazy how that stuff works out. Oh man, and I couldn't even stage it. I couldn't with how weird this is. So Wild Zone 5 is done. So that leaves us with 4 Wild Zones. Wild Zone 12, Wild Zones 15, 19. Look how many are around 19 but aren't in 19. And 13. I am actively going to fly back here to the Pokemon Center because we need to change it tonight. Alright? But please give me my Pokeball. Thank you. Thank you, good sir. What a great episode. It started out really poor, I was mad, but we got the shiny I wanted and a Shalpha in Wild Zone 5. And I mean, we did also get a... Oh shoot, I didn't mark down the Marowak Alolan in my thing. Let me do that real quick. You can hear me typing like a madman because I'm trying to type it fast. I mean, it just happens, like... There we go. Yeah. But, guys, the reason I'm back here is because I'm going to start working on Wild Zone 13. And so, yeah, I should... Now that it's nighttime, 5 is done, 12 I'll keep an eye on, but... We also have very limited donuts right now. We have flying and 2 poison. So unless poison or flying shows up down there, it's not really a shout. But I'm gonna work on this, guys. Pretty much just come over here. Oh look, you can see one of the pincers because they're alpha. And I'm gonna be resetting like this for a while. And thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time, tag out. I want to give a special thank you to all my Patreon members. Urza and Scott, you're amazing. If you guys want to check out Patreon and join it to get a shout out at the end, check Patreon down in the link to the description below. And you can also, like Scott did, make me re-record this.